Okay, so we start first. Self practice 10.2 question 2. Okay, so what are the info you notice from there? The useful information that can help you in the question.
Increase as 5%.
Can talk louder. Your voice quite soft.
Increase 5%.
Okay, yeah. So what is the value there? The index.
105.
Okay, correct.
Okay.
Next info.
Mm, increase 10%.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the index?
110.
Okay, good. So the 105 is from what year to what year?
From 2016 to 2011.
Okay, good. And the 110?
2018 to 2011.
Okay. So what is the symbol you will give for 2016 to 2011? Can type in the chat box how you write it.
Uh,
Because that's how you will start your equation. So you need to know how you write it.
this one.
Yeah. So you went directly to that last. So it's okay. It's correct also.
Okay.
Like this. Times by 100, right? Don't forget that one. This part. That's what you meant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the label you put here is I 2016 or 2011. Remember that. Before you
Yes.
write this one. Don't forget that one. Then only you know what is equal to this one. What are you relating this? This price is relating actually to an index. So always have this one, then only write this one in your working in the real exam. So then what is the common year here between these 3 years?
Mm, 2018.
What 2000?
2011.
Yeah, correct. So 2011. So in your simultaneous, you will put 2011 on the left hand side equals something, 2018 equals something. 2011 equals something, and then you let one equals to two, and then what is the final question they ask to find?
Uh, find the index. Find the 2018.
So how will you represent that symbol?
P 2018 over 2016.
The in front one, is it I or is it I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I.
yeah. So like this. Then you continue like this again, the same thing. So that is basically question two. So that's all the things you need to know. So first thing, always analyze the info from the question, write it down before you start your proper working, so that you know what info you have to use in your question, and then proceed with left hand side and right hand side simultaneous equation. Then you finally solve the last part, which gives you 2 marks. So
Okay.
can you try that one? Understand whether you can solve or not. The answers is here. This one.
Oh,
So try showing your proper working in the paper itself. Don't do like normally. Just show like how you will write in the exam. So I'll tell this question is only 2 marks. So show the working that can get you 2 marks in the exam. The other questions I give intensive practice and the module mentor mentee is the same concept. So if you can solve self practice 10.2, it's just different values only the rest of the questions. All the same thing.
Which one is 10.2? Which one is 10.2?
Huh? 10.2 question 2. The one I sent you in WhatsApp,
Oh,
that
this one.
question. Mm. Just write the normal working you will show in the exam to get you the marks.
Okay.
You done with the left hand side already?
Not yet. Wait.
Actually, the left hand side part you need to show like step by step. I did just like write the first info I 2016 over 2011 is 105. Then if you can do in your mind straight away, go to the final part. Then you label that as equation 1. Then same with the right hand side because that part won't give you marks. Only the final part.
I can't do in my mind.
Yeah, never mind. Then write down. It's okay. This question you will surely see in the section C. They'll always play with these 3 years and then ask you an index for anything, like any situation they give. So always this question will be there. One of it.
Okay, done.
Done?
Yeah.
What's the answer you got?
Uh,
Can put in the chat box. Oh, that's the first part you did. Okay, continue, correct?
okay.
do for your right hand side now. Why actually you think this question uses price index and not composite index?
Because it's the price.
Yeah, correct. Because it's premium insurance, right? So it's a price. So it's not a combination of items. So yeah, that's the point.
Done.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. Continue.
Okay.
The final part now that gets you the marks. Try to speed up over time, yeah, for this question.
Okay.
After you do many exercise, you can speed up already. Count already.
Wait.
You get 95. Yeah?
Yeah.
How did you not inverse the value? One of the
I
values.
inverse the 21 over 20.
21. You put 21 or 20. Yeah. Can show your working.
Mm,
20 over 21. Okay. Move a bit to the left. They asked to find 2018 or 2016. Don't put the earlier year. Always remember price index is the later year over the earlier year. Like this. That's why you got a lower value. Because we are comparing the future year compared to the past year. So that's how you must solve. Then only can. I think you should get the answer already.
$104 and
Hmm?
104.76.
Yeah, correct. Okay, good. So remember this one. 2018 or 2016 always. Any question, you cannot, there's no chance at all for the question to ask you like this. Because you're going, here we are going back in time. We cannot go back in time. We have to go past to future, 2016 to 2018. So remember that. Whenever you see you accidentally put 2016 over 2018, always remember put the later year first. So you can correct yourselves when you do like that.
Okay.
Okay, so now other questions you can try later. So now we'll start with the other objective questions I did. So okay, so this one you can see right, number 5, the bottom left one. So now we are going to understand how to solve price indices involving 3 years. So that is the one you did just now, right? The same thing, 3 years thing. So simultaneous again. So they said from the year 2016 to the year 2018, the number of road accidents increased from 80 to 100. So you should know what you should put inside the formula, and then following 2 years, the road accidents dropped to 50. So what is the index of 2020 to 2016? So again, you see later year, earlier year, then only you can compare. So try solving this. Or you can tell what info you get first from this question.
2016 to what year is that?
2018. This one, right?
Yeah. So increase 20%.
Okay. So wait. This one we are actually playing with the numbers. So you can put Q, use Q. Q 2018 over Q 2016. So this one actually I want you to find the index by yourself. The index is not given. This is you have to use this formula first to find the index. Then you compare the left hand side and right hand side to get the final one. So can you find the index of 2018 to 2016? Use the basic index formula. Q 2018 over Q 2016 times 100. Done.
Wait, 2018,
Mm.
uh,
What is the value you will put in 2018?
100,
Hmm?
100,
Yeah, okay. Then 2016,
80,
Yeah. So then you solve normally. So this one you will get 100 or 80 times 100, cut, 2425,
125.
500 over 4. So you will get
125.
125. So this is your index of 2018, 2016. So what is the next index you can interpret?
Mm,
The years.
yes. Which one? Which one?
The next one, these two statements. In the following 2 years, the number of accidents dropped to 50. So what 2 years are they comparing now? I didn't tell directly what year.
2016 and 2018.
Yeah, then
Then it dropped 50%. 50.
yeah. So what is the other year? 2018 and
Another year.
hmm?
Which one? They got another year.
I didn't write here. So you can actually look at the question. This is the year, right? I asked what is the index in the year 2020.
Oh,
So that's another year you will put in the working year. Because following 2 years, what? The last year I gave was 2018. So following means future plus 2 years, you get 2020. So that's the next info you get here.
okay.
2020 and 2018. So actually here you will eliminate the common year, 2018. You see here? 2018, 2018. And then you see the question makes sense. It asks 2020 base 2016. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how you must interpret. You don't need sometimes you don't need to read the statement. Look at the question. What is the year they actually eliminated? So you see it's 2018, and then you have to know this year. This the extra year I added. The question means definitely in the second equation you have this year should be present over the common year. So again, Q 2020 over Q 2018 times 100. So 2020, what you will put?
Uh, 50.
Yeah, 2018.
100.
Yeah, okay, good. So then this you will get 50. So then now you will solve the normal indices. So you got the info here I 2018 over 2016 is 125
125. Yeah.
and I 2020 over 2018 is 50. So you solve your normal this thing the way the question just now you did. So once you practice this method many times, whenever you see 3 years in the exam, exact same method for any question, no matter how they twist and turn.
Yeah.
You do also, I will see on my side whether I can tally with the answer or not.
Okay.
Just look on the top info here, don't see my working here. So choose among the options down here. You just tell A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which one is your answer in the chat box. continue from this part. This part here, you try to equalize and get the answer. Because this part you already know how to do in the previous questions, the same thing. So you can use these two equations to get your answer.
The left hand side is 5/4, right?
Huh?
5/4.
Which one? Yeah, 25. Yeah, correct. You can use this directly, I think, then you find your final part. Remember this part of the question, huh? 2020 base 2016. Don't do the opposite way like you did just now. 2016 over 2020.
Where's your friend? Is he going to join?
Hmm?
Your friend from KL.
Put your letter in the chat box. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Got it? Show you're working if you get stuck, huh?
Mhm.
What Eddie?
Yeah.
So what letter you chose?
Where? Where's the letter?
Hmm?
Where's the letter?
There, here. A is 125, B is 50, C 200, D 160 is E 62.5, F 80, G 250. So you type the answer in the chat box.
62.51.
Okay, yeah, good. Correct. So this is the answer. And it makes sense. 80 to 200 is an increase in the index, and then 50 is a drop in the index. So directly, you know, A, C, D, G is out because it's an increase. When you see here, it increased 20, 100 minus 80 is 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
See here is 20. Here the drop is 50. So 20 minus 50 is a negative 30 drop. So definitely you're expecting something lower than 100. 80 is also quite close to 100, so you can eliminate 80. So it's either 62.5 or 50. 50 is definitely too extreme drop for a value of 30. So that's the answer. So okay, good. So now when you see this kind of questions, you see first analyze the info or list down the information in your exam paper. So that's how you must do every time, so that you don't get confused with too many values. And then this part's the most important, substitution part.
Mm-hmm.
Every time when you substitute the values in the formula, you'll get the mark. So this part is very important. This is where usually your first mark will come from here. So don't forget this part. When you have variable, right, you substitute the value. That's how you get the mark. And then uh, and also show the working that corresponds to the number of marks. So let's say the mark is 2, doesn't mean your working must be very short, because you might miss out the point. You might get the correct answer, but the above working you might not get the mark. And then always show longer working, because sometimes when you show on top here, right, on top here you might be wrong, right? Let's say you did wrong on top here, but then later you realize you do the correct one here, down here, and the answer you get the mark here. So don't care if you do wrong things on top; they won't penalize you if you do wrong. But make sure you have some working at least on the paper to get the mark for this chapter. So if you make mistake on top, no need to worry. Just when you realize it, you make this correction down. Okay?
It's kind of long,
Why?
long one. I did long working.
Where?
Yeah, so just now the question on.
Well, you got the right answer, what?
Yeah, I didn't do short. I do long.
Never mind, it's okay. It doesn't mean you have to do short always. If you do long also, sometimes you get, there's a higher chance for you to get the final answer correct. So it's okay. Even long or short, as long as you're careful, that's the most important thing. Even short, if you're careful, you can also get the mark, but not too short. Like just give the answer like that. One line of working, show the answer like that. Most likely you're not going to get the mark. So try sticking to one length of answer, one method, how you present your answer to the examiner, so that you don't like mix up between topics. So that's how you're doing. Okay. So we try the next question now. So this one, number 6. Now we are going to composite index already, and this one is 2 years. So it should be a fast one, just 2 years. So they say the increase by 25%, you have to interpret. It's going back to the concept of reference year of those few first objective questions you did. And then 2 years only, 2005, 2008. And then you see the question asks, they gave a value of 2008. So, and I told you composite index is the same formula as price index always. So you will use this formula back. Only thing that's a hat on top here to represent composite. So 2008 over 2005, same thing, this formula you'll be using for this question. Number 6. Use this one. Just like your normal price index to get the answer. So type in the chat box which letter you choose.
Okay. Is there any info more?
Yeah, there the number 54,000.
Oh,
This one is price, not quantity. Usually in exam, most of the questions they will be talking about price. Rarely you will see comparing quantities. Usually it's all about RM, everything for many years, for ingredients, for anything. So usually you'll use the symbol P in your formula instead of Q. So which options when you see this question you want to eliminate directly?
can't see the answer. Can't see the answer.
Hmm?
Can't see the answer.
Which letter?
No, the answer is
Type in the chat box. Your voice quite soft. Oh. A is 72,000, B 40,500, C 43,200, D 67,500.
C. C.
C, yeah? Okay, so it's correct, yeah. C. And you see, they said increase by 25%, and then you see here they gave 2008 is 54,000, right? So 2005 generally should be a lower value because this is the base year we call.
Yeah.
So this value should be less than 54,000. So directly A, D out. And then the resultant index should be 100. Base year. Base year, the index is always 100. So it's a 25% less than the original, which is 125. So that's how you get your answer. Okay. So this the last question, number 7. Okay, so this one is testing you about the formula that you will write before you start your question, like I-20 2008. So what will you put the hat on top here? Will you not put the hat? And what year are you using? So this question is testing you about that. So wait, I change the option first. Use red color. One can be a direct answer, no formula, just C only.
Okay.
Okay, so what's your answer?
2018 that one.
Hmm?
2018.
2008.
Is it A?
You choose A.
C.
Sure.
C. A or C? I can't see.
Okay, so let's say you choose A. So they said, you saw this part, price index.
Oh, it's composite.
What does this dash
Composite.
symbol tell you on top?
Composite.
So that's why A cannot be the answer. So which one is the next best?
C.
C, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the one. So don't get cheated by this head. Always include the head in your exam. So when you write, if they ask you composite, if they ask you price index, this is the one you should write. Then you will express this, right? The one you told earlier, P2008. So this is where you continue your working from. This is the starting of the equation. So don't get confused with this sign. And the year, always later year, earlier year. Always like that. For even composite, also same. Okay?
Okay.
So now it's basically a summary of the whole chapter already. So it'll be in the form of a mind map. So I will ask you the formulas for each of the indexes that we have learned. So I'll just start off like this. So this chapter is index numbers we have learned. Okay, so what are the two index numbers?
Uh,
Try talking slightly louder. Your voice quite soft.
okay. Thinking.
Hmm?
Thinking.
Just the two types of index. What's the name we learned?
Composite and price index.
Yeah, composite and price index. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So what is the formula of composite index?
Uh,
Just type the symbol. You can tell in words.
but there's no composite symbol.
Hmm?
There's no composite symbol.
No, the formula we use, not the composite symbol, not the I with the head. Just equals to what? That's the formula. But actually, the formula you don't have to like show in the exam. The important part is show the substitution of values. But you need to know which part you need to substitute those values in. So that's why I'm asking the formula.
Uh,
Remember the what mean formula you always use. What is the mean formula? That's the same as composite.
like that.
Yeah, weightage times quantity means index lah. Yeah, quantity or index. Index times weightage over what is the round part we write.
Sum of it.
Okay, yeah, correct. Index weightage, and then don't forget your head here. Composite index always head. So then you write your 2 years, any year they give in the question. So this is your thing. So then you can put in the values, then you get your answer. Okay. So next is price index. What's the formula?
Price.
Just give the general form with P or Q. P year over P year, yeah, correct. Okay, so this top year, will it be a later year or earlier year?
Later year.
Okay, good, yeah. So let's say this 2008, 2006. So here, will you have a head over here? the dash on top here. Will you put the dash?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, yeah, correct. So no dash here. And then what is the year you will write here?
The both year.
Yeah, the year. I give you here 2008, 2006. So how will you write the year over here?
Like 2008 then slash 2006.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so after that, you know the formula already. So composite index can be used without weightage or with weightage also. But usually the questions in the exam, they will use the weightage. Rarely you see a composite index without weightage. So yeah, and then you see this part, the textbook put this formula is used inside this formula. So they're actually trying to tell you that twice index equals to composite index, like what I explained the earlier lesson. Because you see, it's the same I. So that's how you can relate between these two quantities. So yeah, that's basically it about the chapter. So just remember these formulas. Don't mix up the years, and then put the later year, earlier year, and then yeah, that's it practically. And then also remember the interpretation of the base year. So when they say increase 10%, what is it? What's the index?
110.
Yeah, okay, good. And then if they say 2006 is the base year, what is the index?
100.
Yeah, good. And then if they say decrease 10%, what's the index?
90.
Okay. So no matter what is the year, always look at the terms. Then you know what is the index. No matter what years they give you. So yeah, this is the summary of chapter 10. So wait. So what actually you think about this chapter?
Quite easy.
So what actually you learn from this chapter?
Price index and composite.
Okay, so further explanation, how will you describe it?
To calculate the total stuff.
Yeah, for composite, and then if for price, how will you describe it?
To calculate the average number.
Yeah, that one also is for composite. The what mean? So what will you describe price index with just one word? Starts with R.
I don't know.
Five letters. R. What is the thing you'll describe?
R.
The most important concept you learn so far. They'll always ask find the what of P's, like say vectors, right? PC to PK. What is that word?
Differences.
Got one chapter, right? Something rates and proportions. So what's the first one?
Tak tahu. Forget the.
I might just give a guess. What concept you have learned?
Round off.
You can describe it also, like price index. What if you don't know the name of the concept, you can describe it also, how like you relate between 2 years.
To the rate.
Yeah, something like rate lah, as I said. So yeah, basically it's the same thing, rate and ratio. This is the one I was telling about. Ratio. Whenever you see a divide sign by anything, any number, when they say divide, right? If I put, let's say, a quantity speed, not speed, distance over time. we learned this in maths, right? Form 4, chapter 8, the motion of the graph of motions. So you say like speed, right? If I say speed is equals to distance over time. So you want to translate this one into a definition of speed. So you're actually using the words from the formula only. You memorize the formula, you know the definition. So that's how it works. So it's actually ratio of distance to time. So you can think ratio as the divide sign you use always. See the relation? That is actually ratio. Whenever you put divide, that's why in price index chapter we always put a lot of like 1 year over another year, right? So that is actually finding ratios between 2 years. That's the concept. Sometimes you just put numbers, right, and then you find the answer. But that final answer you find is actually representing an overall ratio of the situation. So that's how you relate this chapter. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, no. So one last question. This time I give you only 3 items, huh? So my own question. So let's say this is the base year. Increase 10%. Remain unchanged. So actually, so what is the index you write for P?
100.
Huh?
100.
Yeah, okay, good. So this 100. For Q?
101. Yeah. 110.
110, okay. If R?
100.
Yeah, 100. Okay, so this is how you will compare these indices. Later, if I give you weightage 2, 3, 4, and then here you can transform it into a composite index already. So 100 times 2, 110 times 3, and then 100 times 4. And then you divide by the weightage 9, and then you get your answer. So that's how you can relate price index and composite index just in one question like that. That's how the question will come up. Always the question will test you on price index and composite index in one question. So one like the section C, right? 10 marks. So they'll relate this concept to this concept, but they have to provide you the weightage. If they want to ask composite index, you nowhere else you can find the weightage has to be given. So yeah. So this one actually you see, right? This is the ratio. If I say Q over P, if I put like this, increase 10%, 100, 110, 100. You see this value you get, right? Is actually the ratio of Q to P. Because you see this divide sign here. So divide is actually ratio Q to P. And then if I say Q over R, 110 over 100. So how will you define this price index? How will you define it? Like this one, exactly like that.
Move the 100 to the top.
No, I'm asking in word definition. This index, right? If I say, let's say this is I 2008 base 2006 equals to Q or R. Q I say is 2008, R is 2006. I just put a random variable. So what is this telling this info? Q over R.
The ratio between the 2 years.
So specifically, what is the letters we use here?
Q and R.
Yeah, ratio of Q to R. So that is the concept of price index. So let's say we use years is ratio of 2008 to 2005. That's what I'm meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So everything comes back to the basic concept of ratio in price index. Okay. So the other questions, the one you can try and send to me. Okay, I'll check for you. And also the existing one you did today just now.
Oh, yeah.
So open your camera for a while. Wait, huh? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Wait, I stopped recording.